Hello, and thank you for joining me today. How's your day going?
It's going good. The basic thing, it's the middle of October, which means that all of life is coming together to that one central point of the 31st that is Halloween.
Well, if you don't mind, I got a few questions for you.
Of course, I've got all the time in the world. Every last drop of it.
Well, first off, where do you live?
Live is a very strong word. I prefer to reside. I reside in a mausoleum in the center of a graveyard, the spookiest place known to man.
Do you know or have any relation to the family entombed in the mausoleum?
Uh, no. I would say that it's got to be my mausoleum, though. I etched my name into the front door, which naturally means that it's now mine, which is to say that anything that I write my name on, or lick, or pee on immediately becomes mine.
That works. Is there any reason you chose that mausoleum over all the others?
It's the only one. The only one in this graveyard, anyway.
Would you please describe the mausoleum?
Yeah. Stone. Uh, there's some bats in here, some chains. There's a whole bunch of skeletons. There's also a couple of coffins, and my one main man roommate skeleton, Billy. Billy the skeleton, the best skeleton there is.
Would you like to tell us about the flesh phone?
The flesh phone, yes. The flesh phone is my magical interdimensional phone. The phone that allows me to call anyone and anything from anywhere in the world, or any dimension layered upon the world, within the world, or the deep confines of the micro universes that reside within inside of the insides of the atoms within the world. The flesh phone allows me to take calls from anyone or reach them in any way, shape, or form, even if they don't have a phone themselves, which is an interesting concept.
Why do you use a coffin as a table?
Because you got to work with what you have, and what I have are dead people.
Have you ever looked inside the coffin table?
God, no, that's incredibly disrespectful. Instead, I just eat off it.
Would you like to tell us about your book of stories?
Oh, yeah, my book of stories. My book of stories is pretty incredible. It's a leather-bound book with a lock on the front of it, and it contains every horror story ever conceived or will be conceived. Also, I have plenty of other books. There's hundreds of books within this mausoleum. It's a lot larger on the inside than it is on the outside. It gives me a whole library to choose from. Not that I would need one anyway. This book, every time I turn the page, there's a new story. And until I reach the end of it, which I haven't. I'm not even sure if I can.
Is it true that you sometimes read to an audience that only you can see?
That's preposterous. I read to an audience that's here. Don't you see them?
Nope,
They're right here. Did you look?
I don't see them.
Check again.
MCP, I'm blind.
Awkward.
Yes. Next question.
Yeah.
So, what else is in the mausoleum?
Uh, the basic things: spider webs, pumpkins, candles, Billy, my roommate Billy, awesome roommate Billy, bestest buddy Billy.
Where did Billy come from?
Ah, Billy came from a hole in the graveyard, 6 feet down, in a box.
What is his personality like?
He's very quiet. There's a plane flying overhead. I'm gonna wait for it to pass before I continue. There it goes. It's leaving. It's gone. He's very quiet. I mean, like, kind of one of those fans of deadpan humor. But Billy's a skeleton, so I can only assume that his personality is exactly as it is every time that I make him speak by moving his jaw.
Does he talk and move around on his own?
He doesn't talk. He's a very quiet man, stoic, I believe constantly in a state of meditation. However, he does seem to move around from location to location whenever I'm not looking at him. So, I assume that he can move on his own, but I don't see him do it. That or there is someone else in this mausoleum that is moving my skeleton around, and I don't see them do it.
Does he have any sort of magic power?
Of course, all skeletons have magical powers. If you didn't remember this from your high school anatomy class, all skeletons are imbued with dark magic. That's exactly how your body's able to move whenever your brain casts spells. However, Billy is what's known as a lazy bones, so if he has any kind of magic that he is able to do or show off, he's yet to do it.
Do you like having him as a roommate?
Of course, Billy's my best friend. There isn't a single thing I do without Billy. Not a single thing that I do without Billy. Not a single thing.
Kinky.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell us about Bizarro You?
No. Bizarro Me is a jerk. That's exactly what I'll tell you about Bizarro Me. He's some kind of jerk with a black mask on that's stitched together with stupid white thread and got the stupid black leather jacket on and everything. He is a huge jerk, and he's trying to spread around fear in the whole world in like the stupidest ways.
What are the differences between the two of you?
Now, first off, I'm funny. Also, I'm cool. Second off, he likes to spread fear through hatred and everything that's bad. Whereas I like to spread fear through entertainment. Nice jump scary fear. Nice horror story fear. The kind of fear you feel when you're with your family and your dad tells a really bad joke and it's embarrassing in front of everybody else in school. And you know they're all going to hate you or make fun of you later on. But you know it was from your dad because he loves you.
Do you know where he came from?
My dad?
Bizarro You.
Oh, yeah, Bizarro World. He comes from this poster that used to be behind me, but is no longer behind me because now I'm inside of the mausoleum. So honestly, I'm not too sure how he would be able to get through. There's got to be some kind of portals that he can open. That or they come from his book.
What are the differences between your book and his book?
Oh, well, my book contains every single horror story from our universe. Everyone that has been and will be written. His contains every bad story ever written ever. If you ever heard of a troll pasta or a crappy pasta, that's him. That's in his book. I have his book too.
What would happen if him and his book were in our reality at the same time?
Unbelievable destruction. Last time he was here, he destroyed every creepy pasta that was ever created. Thankfully, all the boys and girls out there managed to bring it back. At least I can only assume it was them because I didn't see it happen.
Is it true that you, Creeps, and Junior are now Muppets? And if so, how did this happen?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're Muppets. Happened sometime around October 1st this year. It was an odd situation, you see. I managed to find this tablet in the woods while drunk one time, and I read these words on the back of it, and it turned us all into Muppets. Weird times, let me tell you. But we'll totally get it fixed up before Halloween, I'm sure, hopefully. Otherwise, they're probably going to kill me. Oh, God! Bizarro's getting out of the portal! Billy, arm yourself!